Good afternoon and welcome back, and it is Saturday the 27th of June and it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and as you can see today we're in a woodland. It's 21 degrees today, so it's a lot cooler than it's been of late, where we've had the high 20s, 28, 29 yesterday. And as you may be able to hear, today very windy. And on top of that, there's also a high chance of heavy thundery showers forecast for now and into the afternoon. I think it might be clear in late afternoon. But we're out just for a little walk and maybe have some lunch and just to get some fresh air. I've sort of cheated a bit today because I've brought the car, parked in the car park, and there was 2 or 3 other cars in the car park as well, because this is quite a small woodland, and from what I've seen before, there's a lot of dog walkers come here. So I'm off the trail at the moment, as you could probably tell, and I'm trying to avoid people if I can, and maybe then find somewhere secluded to have some lunch. It's already spitting with rain, but those clouds are looking ominous, and it looks like it could chuck it down at any minute. And like I said, there could be thundery showers included in that, so I want to be careful around these trees today. I don't really want to be underneath them if there's a thunderstorm, but it certainly does look like it could do as they say. And as you can probably hear, it is extremely windy as well, although we are sheltered from the wind at the moment. But and like I said, we're going to try and stick off the trails because there was a few people around, so we're going to try and navigate around them best we can. As you can see from the screenshot I just put up, this is quite a small woodland. Apparently it's 300 acres, and it sounds quite big, and I mean it is big enough, but as you can also see on that screenshot, there's only a few trails that you can walk on, and wherever I've been before on the trails, I've always bumped into people coming the other way which obviously isn't an issue, but we're keeping to the perimeter as much as we can, which is obviously more harder walking, but it's still manageable. It's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, we're looking for somewhere to have lunch, so we want to try and keep we don't want to sort of be disturbed really, so I'm trying to be as stealthy as I can. But yeah, I was surprised because I just had to Google how big it is, and when I found 300 acres I was actually surprised because it feels a lot smaller than that. But because there's only a few paths and avenues, then you're obviously limited to where you can go, and obviously there's more chance of bumping into people, but it's still very pleasant nonetheless. Here we are on the edge, nothing but farmland. This is quite local to me. I've been here many times before, and I'm kind of heading in a general direction where I've been before and had a nice little camps. I'm also looking for new places to camp, and I think we're spoiled for choice here. And it seems to be nicer the other end I come in. This end, obviously I've come in this way because this is where the car park is. The other end, which we're heading towards, is the area that I normally come in from when I'm on the bike. So that's why we're making our way over to that end. To be honest, this is all very pleasant, but the other end seems to be more prettier. and thicker trees. This is quite spaced out, and there's a lot of deciduous trees here as well. Where I'm heading is more like a forest that you would expect, with tightly packed trees, pines and so on. And it is kind of a spot that I like to go to as well. But we may see somewhere a lot better. But at the moment it looks better where I normally head to. Here we are at the end of one of the avenues, and I believe along here, I could be careful because you could possibly see people down there, because that's part of the trail. You know, I wouldn't imagine many people come down here because it's a dead end, you see. If we pan around these ferns, you've got nothing but fields behind you. And the reason we're heading that way, there's one more avenue and that's it. Now, you can get into the wood, as we've said, from this direction, but it's purely as a pedestrian or a cyclist like myself. So this is why I'm heading this way, because I would imagine there's less people coming into the woodland from this direction than what there is for this. Because most people, like I said, I've seen are in their cars. So therefore it's trying to find somewhere the most remotest that I can find. And obviously the edge of the woodland is ideal, but then you've got to be careful because you can be seen from the fields if there's a farmer working on the land. So it's a case of finding somewhere secluded from both the perimeter and obviously from the avenues. I mean, people could be anywhere like me. This is a public woodland, so people could be anywhere doing what I'm doing, camping, wild camping, having a lunch or anything like that. So it's just trying to find somewhere with the minimum chance, in my opinion, is this direction. And obviously in between the avenues is probably going to be the best bet to be hidden, because if people did walk up these avenues, even though they're a dead end, they might just walk up them, have a look and turn around and go back, and of course they're entitled to do that. So I'm now going to head over into this one, which looks a much more thicker, and I've been in here before, and see if we can see anything better. It looks over there to be raining quite a bit, and I can feel it on myself, but I think we're luckily being shielded by these trees. It doesn't seem to be hard enough at the moment to put me waterproofs on, but I wouldn't be surprised if I would have to soon. We're also trying to be mindful of these trees because some of those gusts of wind are very strong, and obviously there's plenty of deadfalls around here as it is, so we need to be careful where we're walking and looking up as well as down. Of course, the other consideration is here I am looking at spots for wild camping, and first of all, if you can't find somewhere to camp in 300 acres of woodland, then I think you're doing something wrong. But secondly, what I have to be mindful of is if I come here for a camp, it's going to be on my adventure bike, so I don't want to really be struggling with it through in the depths of the woods, because it's going to be hard going. So I really want to be somewhere not too close to an avenue, but close enough so that I can get in and out easily, because if not, I just scared a couple of birds. If not, it's going to be very challenging with the ground. There's obviously tree stumps and things like that, thick fern and stuff, so I want to be somewhere where I can get the bike in and out without too much trouble, while still being far enough from the public trails. hope you can hear me because it's very windy. But here we are on another part of the perimeter. This is obviously private over this fence and the farm track leading to the farm. And if we pan round again, we're going to be heading over there, which is more of the forest. Keep hearing these beautiful buzzards, but I've only managed to have a short glimpse of one due to the fact that the thick canopy is covering most of the sky. And as you can see here, there's glimpses of blue, and they did say this afternoon that the rain should clear up. But I still think there's chance of sporadic showers. I just missed that, but you could hear deer barking. So we're now heading on our way back, and we are going to have lunch because we're getting quite hungry now. So we've come back to a familiar place. And here's the second to last avenue. We'll cross that now to a place that I come before, just in here, if I can find it. Of course, last time I came it was in April, and things look different now with all the ferns growing up and really looking different now with all the thick green foliage. So the wind's on my back, although we are fairly sheltered, we still get the odd bit of breeze. And as you can see, the sun's coming out, and today we've just put up a tarp. This is a British Army DPM, British Army issue, and it'll do fine today. As you can see, I've just used a couple of bungee cords just to make it more as a windbreak than anything else. Just pegged it down with some twigs. We're overlooking the field, but this will do for now because I'm quite hungry. So, and now with the sun shining through, it really is pleasant. So that was lunch, very nice too. An instant hot meal, smoky chili pasta, and then I had a tuna and pasta salad, so that was quite nice. And now finish it off with a coffee. So there we are, all packed up and ready to go. I'm just gonna finish my coffee and then we'll head back. And now it's turned out lovely. I kind of wish I'd have brought my kit now so that I could have done an overnighter, because it's turned out really nice now. So one final little look at where I've been. Still worried about these trees. There's so many fallen trees, as you can see, one there, one over there, they're everywhere, so you do have to be very careful. Looking out for the widowmakers, as they call them. Now, this is obviously deciduous. And that wind is still very strong. But still been a lovely afternoon to come out and just explore for a little while. So we're nearly back at the car, so that's pretty much it from me. So I'm going to end it here, and it turned out to be a nice little short walk in the woods. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.